Hello, everyone, and as always, welcome back to Strategy Gaming Dojo, where we find, learn, and play one more turn of the great strategy games. Today, back into Gary Grigsby's War in the East 2. This is our Let's Play against the Soviet AI, and Stalino, we've got a problem, potentially. We'll go take a look at that. The more I look at the map, we may have a real problem over there. We've got a cut rail line, and it is hurting our supply indeed. The question is what to do about it. Hi, Battling Geezer. How are you? No, you're not late, sir. You're right on time. Hello, Simone. Con- Costantini. No, Yes, Costantini. Hello, hello. Sorry if I've offended with any of my Italian jokes. Anyway, Kalo, hey, what's going on? The staff is here. Part of the staff is here. The staff is filing in. I'll just yap my jaw or talk a little bit. How about that? I'm going to go look back around the map just a little bit. I'm going to try to get everything into the south that I can. We've got a cut rail line down there. I noticed a turn or two ago. I just thought I could fix. I didn't realize the one hex was cut. I knew that they were right next to it. I didn't realize that it had been cut. I don't know how we can stay out at Stalino because, unfortunately, when you move down the map in this game, sometimes you move things and then you're like, damn, I wish I could go back and not move that. The problem's not necessarily getting them off the rail. The problem is we don't have any rail repair anywhere close. It's going to take me 2 turns to get rail repair there. Uh, that's going to be too late. I mean, some of these things out at Stalino have like 25 or 30% supply. They're going to become shells of themselves, and then, we could have that whole area over there just destroyed. I don't know. We'll deal with it, or we'll try to deal with it. Hey, Joey Lego. Joey Lego is in sunny Perth. Um, well, I always feel like I know Perth really well, even though I've never been there, and I don't know it really well. But because I play War in the Pacific so much, and Perth is such an important port in War in the Pacific, I feel like I know it, but I don't. I'd love to go. I'd love to go to Australia someday. Now is probably not the best time, but eventually, when Australia opens back up, I'm gonna get my butt over there. Um, yep, those ports are keeping Army Group South alive. We got to look at those ports. We got to figure out. It is live, Paul. Am I on a delay? Tape delay, Paul. Tape delay. I wish I had a studio audience. No. Um, Okay, let's go around the map very quickly because I want to see if there's anything else I can do that I'm just not thinking of. Now, I think I've moved all of my rail in the center, unfortunately. Now, obviously in Narva, there's not a whole lot to do. I did want to go up here and kind of take a look at this situation because I'm not sure that I have this all set up the way I would like. Not really. One thing is I'm going to put 2nd Panzer Army with the motorized. I'll stack it on top of there. Not a huge deal there. Infantry or having it on the motorized, which one would, it doesn't really matter that much. Not really. We've got 8267 there and 6477 there. I would like to double stack these, but I don't really see a good way to do it. I can't get him there, and I can't get him there. Can I get him there? No. So I don't have a good way to double stack right here, and I was looking over the map and I thought, man, I'd really like to double stack right there. But I don't think we can do it. Likewise, in these areas, I would like to double stack, but I don't really think we can do it. Now, I do have this Panzer division that's sitting back here behind the line. It's in Rezhev. I get that. I don't think they're going to move that, but they could move that, and I can't double stack there either. So I think we're just going to have to leave this as it is. I looked over it a million times before we started today, and I just don't see any way around it. Now, the other problem we've got is he's starting to try to break through here, and it's, I could move this back and around and then move this around. I'm not sure where that gets us. I'd be moving out of a level 2 fort there. If I move here or move back around, you just can't move very freely here. So I think I'm just going to leave all of this as is. As we come down here, this could get dicey, and we're going to have to keep this all in mind. I was going to attack there, but I don't think that makes sense. I don't want to weaken this. And I could move back, but I want to leave it in a level 2 fort. So I'm not going to do that either. We do have, these Luftwaffe field divisions that are moving up. We're just going to have to hold this off the best we can, but this is dangerous pushing towards Smolensk, certainly. The only other thing I could do is scoot everything north potentially, from this area. Another place I don't really like is here, but I'm not exactly sure what to do about this either. I was thinking about moving here. I was also thinking about moving up here, but we can't allow this to connect, right? I mean, that would be a disaster. Um, I do want to move. Well, do I? I kind of want to move this guy forward, but I like to have him behind the river. What about this? We've got minor river east, southeast, southwest, northeast. So the river runs through here to the east of this. I don't really want to move that either, but if he busts through here and then busts here, we've got a problem. That's for certain. One thing I could do is instead of, this move, I could move him around here. I'm just not sure what that gains me. I mean, I certainly don't want this mech moving this way, but I think maybe I will do that because I've got this, isolated now. I'm going to move the French infantry this way, and then I've got several units here. I could back this up, back him over, and bring this around. And it's something else I was thinking about doing because it's just looking a little weak out here to me, and I don't want to give up that fort level, but yeah, I can't bring him there, but I could bring this here, or I could back this up one. I don't want to take it out of that fort, though. Hmm. I would have to scoot this over, and I'd have to scoot these guys over, but I think I can do that. I think I will. I just think it makes more sense. I'll bring him up here and try to kind of hold this off a little bit. It looks a little too naked to me. Now we'll move him around to the heavy woods. I think this guy, we can just move back a hex, and then we can move this guy around. Where is this going to go realistically? There's not really any place to go. Um, I guess I'll stack him there. And that just kind of spreads this a little better. And this definitely then stays isolated, I think. So anyway, it was just something I was looking at before the turn. We're trying to push out to Gomel with these guys anyway. These guys are kind of just holding. They're not pure holding. I would like to push them forward, but he's got quite a mass of troops here. And I kind of just need to protect and then push with these other troops, or at least that's what I hope to do. Talking about the rail, we have moved the rail, all three of these sons of a guns, FB2, FB5, FBD4. I don't have any other ones. I don't. I wish I, would have known better what I would. I need to rail. What I'm concerned about is this is the area, right? If we look at the rail, the only way through here is here by rail. Well, he's got next to it. Okay, I mean, that's not the end of the world, except this node right here got cut. And since that's cut, we have no freight coming out here. You can see no freight received, no freight received. Now, we don't have a lot of, and we can see here, even on the port, there's nothing being received this turn. We got freight, to here, but that's well, that's actually an export port, right? No, it's an import. It is an import port. Okay. We need to make this an import port for certain and try to get freight from somewhere. Um, change to an import port. Okay, that's an import port now. Oh gosh, though. I mean, that's gonna. It's a real mess, and it's really coming down to this one hex because if we look out here to these guys, 38%, 34%, 30%, 37%. I mean, we're just running out of supply, and it's not just the guys all the way out here. These guys are gone red too. 17%. No freight made its way up here. That's a game change. I mean, that's a game loser right there. Yes, there are more than 3 FBDs, and we're going to go look. And find them. I know that I had moved the one down here, and here it is, right? And I think I'm going to have to bring it back over here, which seems like such a way. I mean, I'm so close here. These guys are all red, but honestly, if we don't get this fixed, it's game over. Because I think he'll just eventually come here, all of this would be trapped because they won't have any fuel and they won't have any supply. I think we've got to bring this one back, but let's go look. And as Kalo said, we can go to the commander's report. All right. We'll take on select all. No. Well, no. We'll go on map. Okay. And formation, we'll take all of those off and then we'll look for construction. And there we go. Okay. So we've got FBD 1, 3, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There, you saw my OCD cook in. Now let's go see where all of these are. FBD 1 is down here. Okay. FBD 2 is right in the middle. I've looked at this. He's got no movement points. All right. Because it just didn't, until I got down here, it hadn't clicked with me yet that I had to get that hex repaired. Here we've got, one movement point. That's not going to do it. All right, so FBD4, where are you? He's got no movement points. He's in the middle as well. Okay, where is FBD5? I think they're all out here, right? We've got 5, 2, 4. Did I miss 3? Probably. Where's 3? It's all the way back here in the center. Oh no, it's up here in the north. Okay, so that solves that. So essentially, let's select all again. Essentially then, the only one that I have that can get here that could potentially repair this next turn is this one out here. And look, I hate to do that, leave it there. But if I lose all of this, I would much rather lose this. And they can also get port supply, right? Let's actually turn this into, oh, that's not a port. We've got all of these as import ports. That's an import port. Okay, we've got to move this one. It's that simple. And we've got to bring him around here. And he can get all the way out here to Kherson. He can get to Nikolaev with 87 left. Nikolaev does have, oh, interesting, rail load movement points 91. It's only a level 1 rail yard. If we come in here, well, I guess it doesn't matter. We need to bring it here one way or another. Because we've got to fix this next turn. We've got to, which also means any kind of idea of a pocket or anything like that goes out the window. We've got to come here and knock the Soviets back off this rail line with everything we've got, because really it is game over situation if we don't get freight out here. So anyway, let's bring this around to Nikolaev. All right. Can he get off the train? He can. Now, he's got no movement points, but now this also supercharges this depot, or it should, draw freight this way. I'm going to actually make that. Let's make that. Well, these are threes. Now, they're not going to go out by rail, so we may as well make this by a four here at Nikolaev. All right. And try to draw as much freight as we can right here. If nothing else, maybe we can beef up this stuff. These guys, I'm almost tempted to pull them back and just put them behind the river now, and give up Stalino because I don't think we can hold it at this point. Um, Yes, Sevastopol is our biggest port keeping AGS on life support. Get out of the Kuban. We could certainly do that. Um, yes, it does feel like a crisis is brewing, Jan. It's been brewing. It certainly has. I was again, we go back to this. I tried to keep the initiative. By trying to keep the initiative, I've really weakened all of this, and it's been a steady push. Now, we did bring a couple of corps of panzers over, but we've got, essentially an entire panzer group over here holding on to 10 points, and I think it's maybe time to pull them out. I haven't decided that yet, but we're just in a situation now that they may get destroyed anyway. Now, the one thing is, even if we pull out of Stalino, we haven't lost the initiative yet, as long as we hold Kalinin. I will say that, yes, I'm very tempted to pull out of this, or at least pull the Italians over and help in this area, but I may be bringing all of this as well. So, that's kind of up in the air until I get over here and decide what I'm going to do. I've been thinking about it, but I'm just not sure what I want to do yet. If we do pull back out of here, then it's a matter of, how far back do we go? We're not going beyond D Town, Z Town. We would try to hold that, but do we go back all the way to the Dnieper and give up everything here? I mean, I don't think that that's necessary. If nothing else, we could have the Romanians hold here, bring the Italians up, and try to have them hold on the minor river. Now, I know that's never ideal, but we would have a lot more troops available to kind of hinge back here and go down the river. So it's an idea. It's an idea, and it's probably one that I should do, if I'm being honest. Okay, so we got the rail over here. Pull it, baby, pull it. Make sure we've got this is an import port, import port. Then as this imports, it should push out. Although I've got this on a 3, that's fine. This could maybe be a 1. Here, I'm going to get off the rail. Or I'm sorry, this could potentially be a 4, and it could shove up this way because this rail is repaired, right? So, yeah, this rail runs up straight there. So, Sevastopol has a capacity of 60,000. We could make this a 4. I'm going to make it a 4 for now and try to pull as much up to this on the rail as we can. Or I could make, 2, 3, but I've got these as 2s. So to pull, it's got to at least be a 3. This is also an import port that's on rail. 4. None of this got freight last time. So boo hoo. All right, let's move to the best of our ability. Um, I am gonna. Has he got a river there? No, there's a river right here. I am gonna pull him back one. Okay, he's now out. There we go. Everybody's in. I thought I did that last time. Well, whatever. Um, these guys cannot stack, unfortunately. I really would like to stack these together. They don't really look particularly strong. But what I'm going to do is come around. I could either go here, here. Well, I'm trying to think of a way to attack here. This is very weak. 8267. These guys are actually a little stronger. He's got some movement points. I think what I'm going to do is move. Okay, and so here's the rail line right here. That is ground center of what anything and everything we need to do. I could move here and try to knock this back and then put these guys back on the river. I could, he would have 7 there. He's only got 6,100 men, but I could bring the, um, I'm going to move him back up. I don't know if that makes sense, but I could bring this Panzer Corps down here. I think I'm going to do that. Let's bring this Panzer Corps all the way, or Panzer Corps, Panzer Division, all the way around here. All right, and we'll attack with both of these, and we do knock that back across the river. So now we've freed the rail momentarily, very momentarily. Now let's get him behind the river on this side. This guy's blocking the rail here and exerting some zone of control. They both are. And then let's get this Panzer division over here. Now we could try to do a hasty attack there, or we could move right up here. I could also move this infantry up here. You know, the rail line's here, right? So that's what we got to protect. We've got a tank corps, an infantry division. All right, I'm going to move this here. I'm going to move this here. The whole idea is to try to protect this rail line. That's what I'm trying to do. As part of that, we could come down here. This isn't really holding anything now. And so he could come here and stack with this infantry. We've got motorized there. We've got infantry here. Okay, that's a little stronger. He could potentially come through here, but I think for the most part, we maybe have this rail covered off, and now we've got our rail unit there. Next turn, he can jump up here and hit that, and they're not even next to it now for now. If they do come into this hex, we'll try to nutcracker. We got to get that repaired so that freight gets back out there. It might already be too late. Apologies if you were screaming about it. I get that. Playing the game, reading the comments, whatever. I went back and saw that. I knew that they had been close to the rail, but anyway, here we are. We could sit here and talk about it all day. This is the situation we're in now. We also have the idea of maybe bringing the Italians back out into this area, but I don't want to do it until it's absolutely necessary, because if I am going to give up Stalino, I would at least like another option. And I do think with everything we have out here, eventually we could wear them down. Now, how long it's going to take, I don't know, but I think eventually we could wear them down into Krasnodar. At least I hope. I tend to believe we could do that. Okay. I hate to have these guys just kind of out here on their own. When I say these guys, just panzer divisions kind of all by themselves. When they get attacked, they have a tendency to lose a lot of tanks. Now we've got 15,000 sitting in Krivy Rogue now. I may work backwards here, because I don't want this sitting by itself, but I'm not exactly sure what to do with it yet or how to rectify that. I don't want to make Krivy Rogue too weak. Let's look at the defensiveness of it. Hold on. Take the depots off. Let's look at the defensiveness. We're showing a 48 right now, which all things considered is pretty strong, in the rain and everything else. Also behind a river when it comes to be getting attacked from these two directions. This is not, but we could have potentially attacked this and tried to knock it back. I don't want to weaken this, though, so that's kind of up in the air. As we would move around here, Again, we've got weak units, 48-25. That's not going to stop Jack Diddley nothing. We've got a tank corps here that actually looks quite strong. We do have one Panzer division up here that I could either bring down here, but I think it's going to have to deal with this. And I think also that's going to be part of our drawback from Stalino. If we look at all of this, we're out here protecting 10 points when it comes down to it. I think we've got to drop back here. I just think we have to. We'll give up the 10. If we look at the info screens, the victory screen, we still sit at 550. Initiative switch check, 10%. Okay. Uh, I think we've got to pull back. I think it's the smart thing to do. I don't want to, of course, but I think we have to. And I think what I'll do is I'll come right back to this river and then up here. So, I mean, we've got river here, we've got river here. I do have German divisions that can hinge back to here. But in the meantime, I think what we'll do, we've got the mountain cores that I was going to take down here. I'm going to scrap that. We've got enough mountain cores down there. So I'm actually going to start building a line here behind this river. So let's take those two mountain cores. Let's take... I really should put this in a headquarters over here. I said last episode it's gamey. Well, it might be time to get gamey. Let's back these Romanians up to here for now. For now, they're not going to be the whole backbone of this line down here. Believe me. We're going to bring the army back. We'll put that in here. The Romanian army headquarters, the third. Now this headquarters can just come sit back behind the line. That's fine. His guy, oh, this guy is free agent. We don't need that. We've got you. He could come. Let's bring him all the way here. So we've got a whole, core here essentially. We've also got Romanian cavalry. I'm going to leave this open until I figure out. We don't want to pull back too fast here because we want to make sure we can get everything out. So out of Stalino, wow, look at that. So the motorized can come all the way back down here. They can get out. And I think what I'll do is to the extent they can get across the river, let's bring them across the river. I think let's bring them right there, okay? Now the next motorized can come here, and that's actually a good thing because this was starting to look really weak as well. So let's get that there. All right. Now this motorized can get across the river. This motorized can get out here across the river as well. Okay, good. And now this motorized, this with these guys can also, we could completely isolate this. Why don't we just do it if we can? All right, so there he is. He's back behind the river. Panzers, out you go. But let's make sure we can get these guys out. All right, we can't get them all the way out. That's the Slovaks. How far can the infantry get? Whoops. Not trying to move all three. Okay, the infantry can only get there. So that's something we got to keep in mind here. I will move some of this infantry up to protect it. The main thing is getting the panzers out, obviously. But like this guy, I think we can put him like here as we start working to try to get this infantry out. Maybe even double stack. Okay, how far can he actually go? How far can you go? Let's move him there for one. Nope, he can't go this way, so we're going to have to go there. And let's make sure they're still linked up. And I may have to bring or leave one of these motorized back here. Let's bring this around to there. That infantry, that. Okay, let's get the headquarters out of here. Both of these panzer headquarters can move all the way around here by Z-Town. Let's just get them out for sure. All right, so now they're both over here. Uh, this is going to be a problem. This infantry, and I think we can do it. Let's get the Panzer with the motorized there. I don't want to move that. Um, let's move this infantry up here and this infantry there. Let's take the headquarters, move it all the way out here. Well, let's not move it all the way out here. Let's actually stack it right there. And then we've got these panzer divisions. As a matter of fact, maybe I'll just take a pot shot at this with motorized. Let's knock it back across the river. So it has to expend more movement points. Okay, these guys could stack with other things. I mean, this thing's in bad shape. We could take this motorized and put with this and put the Panzer Division here. And we have another Panzer Division. Ah, I see. They could go there. Now we got to mind this gap, but we've got two Panzer Divisions here that can come around this corner. And I think that's what we'll do. Let's go there. And let's go there. Okay. Now let's take this Panzer Division. I may just leave it there. Let's start stacking Romanians. Let's go there and there. Let's back the cavalry guys off a little bit. Or actually, you know what? I'm going to put them right up here just so I have two lines that are going out to here. Moscow when we were a little too advanced. Um, let's actually do this. Let's move him there, move that there, move that there, put this, whoops, put that there. No, I didn't want to do the headquarters. Undo. The Panzer Division. Put that there. The headquarters, then we're kind of behind all this, but if the Romanians get run over, we got a problem. As we move around here, then we can start to hinge this a little bit. And these guys can actually come out and help a little bit. Boy, this is going to be a little tricky though. Fourth Corps, let's move him back. Let's move 17th Army quite a bit back. Okay. Let's move 1st Panzer Army quite a bit back. All right, so they're all out of Z-Town now. 5889. Okay, we've got this line here. Let's start to build the other part of the line starting at Z-Town. Now he's only got 58, 98, 61, 55. Let's find the strongest of these divisions and put them in there. It could be these divisions actually, but man, I hate to pull them all the way unless I can get these guys over there. Well, it looks like I can. All right, let's do that. Let's move him over here. All right. I'll take this guy to Z-Town. Take these guys around, let's say to here and here and start building a line along here. Let's return that to headquarters for now. These guys then can pull back or pull over here. They can come, what's the strongest one? How about 58, 98, 61, 33? He's going to come down here. Okay, plenty. He can come here. This can come here. Then we can do, let's say one guy there and another guy there. All right. Now let's pull the headquarters back. Okay. All right. So, we can't get constricted in here. We gotta try to get these guys out one by one. Now, luckily, he doesn't have necessarily a ton of strength. One thing I will do, I think, is do an attack right here against that cavalry. We'll push him back. We lose a few tanks, but we gotta push back where we can. I could try a hasty there, but that's across the river. I don't think I want to do that. And now I think actually I'll leave him there. The motorized is strong. They have to come across the river here. This guy, I may just leave him to get routed, and I may take this armor and just get it out of there. I think that's the smartest thing to do. Let's just get this out of here. I'll just bring it down. And if he gets routed next time, it's 3,400 men. Okay. And we're just going to pull it all the way back here for the winter. Paul, the Führer on line one. Stand your ground, man. Uh, Okay, well, yeah, I mean, we're pulling back. Now, you're right, Nord. Only the mud and the AI is saving me at this point. I will point out, in fairness, I pulled this game out of the box. It's my first time playing it. I haven't scum saved. I haven't restarted. I haven't done anything. We've played it since literally the game came out, the very first minute I could, and we're learning a lot. Certainly. But I know, you know, others had took quite some time practicing the game before putting videos up. I did not. This is it. This is my first blush through on this game. Mistakes have been made, but I think that that's more fun. That's just my opinion. I think it's been a hell of a lot of fun. I think it would have been a little boring if I would have taken Moscow in 15 turns. But that being said, we got to get better if we're going to win this damn thing. And I still want to. I still want to win it. I still want to move it. Move it. I was thinking. I was thinking out loud. I want to move these things. I still want to win this game, and I think we can. But it's tough. Now I do want to hold here. I think just because this is getting some freight. Um, Now it was probably getting it from here though, if I had to guess. Toggle port type, right? Change to export port. It's kind of a tough decision. Well, you know what? It's actually not. Where would that be importing from? I guess it could go up and through into the sea, but I am going to make that an export port because I do think it was sending freight up here. And also, if we do get stuff into Sevastopol, this can export potentially up, right? Yeah, I think that makes the most sense. All right. We got a tank corps there and a very weak Romanian group here. Certainly very weak. We got to hope he just doesn't completely obliterate that. I do want to try to hold this for a turn. You know what I could do? Eh, let's take the headquarters and stack it with a Panzer division. Probably makes more sense. Let's do that. And then these are his guys. Let's stack him up there just to make sure. That's completely screwed anyway. That's why I was going to leave the Hungarian armor up there with it, and then I was just like, why? I mean, this thing's going to get routed probably no matter what. This guy could actually move, I think. I could either put it here, although I've got the Slovaks there. Oh, you know what? He's the guy that can come here and try to protect. Let's do that. because I was worried about a breakthrough here. I think one more turn and we can get all this back behind the river. I hope we can. Then we're going to get dug in as fast as we can before winter. I'm not going to move these guys again. We now have to try to keep Kalinin if we can. Oh, we do have this one cavalry back here that I had mentioned before. He can't stack with Hungarians. We know that. The Hungarians don't like that. I guess these one of these motorized could have gone into Z-Town. Well, they're not going to have enough to take Z-Town this time. We'll get one of the motorized in there next time. We'll also get a motorized into D-Town next time. I could take this now and move it somewhere, but I'm not really sure where I would move it. These guys they're in a precarious position, certainly. I do want to take this Panzer division, go right here, and try to blow this back or out. Well, he went the wrong way. 1382. We lose 14 tanks. He lost 64 tanks. Gosh darn it. Yeah, I didn't have anything that could get into that hex, unfortunately. Shoot. Well, he's really got to go back there now. This guy's totally isolated. He's got really, well, that's not true. He could sneak right there. Hmm. Let's put the headquarters back over here with his guys. He only controls these two. Let's stack him with the motorized. Shoot. This guy's screwing me up. I could move the infantry over here. 43. This guy can't move at all. I want to block that. He's only got 11 left. This guy still has an attack left, but he can't really do anything. He's not strong enough. These guys are fairly strong. How much is here? 25. I mean, that doesn't do anything. I really need to get him out. I think what I'll do is bring him right there. Yeah, I think that makes the most sense. It's not perfect, but if this guy goes here, he goes there. Yeah, they connect, but we've got nutcrackers everywhere. They should be a lot stronger next turn. I think I'm just going to leave that. I think I'm going to leave that. We're going to pull all of that back. Well, Nord, that's not true. In the north, we're totally dug in. We're at level 3s all the way down almost to Smolensk, except in Kalinin. Uh, but, you know, but you make a fair point. Out by Smolensk and whatnot. Um, destroy the depot in Stalino. Good. You're always good at that, Kalo. Good job. Pull those guys back. That red is going to route anyway. Yep, yep. Well, I'm going to try Mr. AMMW for a bit. Yeah, we need a month's rest. Yeah, we do. That's true. Oh, yes, I do still have. I keep talking about this cavalry unit and then not moving it. Um, I think maybe he needs to come up here. Now he may get. Actually, I'm going to just put him right there. Now he may get routed. They may get routed by this, but maybe they'll just stand in the way, and I would like that quite a bit at this point. Yeah, this guy's just going to get routed. So there's not a whole lot to do that there. Okay, I think we've done kind of what I can do in this area, and it's not a whole lot, but the cavalry's coming. especially if we can get this rail repaired and they start to pick back up, then I'm going to take all of this motorized and just try to smoke this back a little bit if we can. Now let's go down here into the Kirch. Um, I still haven't decided whether to pull those back or not. And I think what I'm going to do is call this kind of a slow or a short episode because I'm going to think that over. I think it's a big decision. We do still have two Luftwaffe units to move up. Um, oh, Stalino, you're right. Let's go out here. Nope, we did not have a depot out here. It never got connected to the rail, so that's why we just never had one here. It was never on this rail. Um, because we couldn't get a rail unit out here. So anyway, when we come back next time, I'm going to look over this area. I'm going to decide, do we push or do we not push? I'm also going to make sure I've got everything lined up the way I want so that way we can turn the turn. So tomorrow we'll get right after it. We'll deal with the Kirch area, then we'll turn the turn. Uh man, this game just got really interesting again. I thought we were marching towards victory probably 3 or 4 turns ago. This whole push in the south, once it cut that rail line, has really thrown us for a loop. I say us, I want to include you guys in it. Uh, that way you're in the same boat as me, whether you warned me or not. Anyway, you guys are the best. Thank you so much. I'll see you tomorrow, Friday, 3 o'clock. It'll be a fun one. It always is on Friday. Be good. Be good. It's Thursday night. Don't act too crazy. I want